going on, guys? Today we got a 2006 Nissan Sentra. Needs rear wheel bearings as well as rear struts. It's pretty bouncy, making a lot of humming noise. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to go ahead and try to get this thing fixed up and get ready to sell it. Guys, got it jacked up, everything good. So obviously first things first, we got to do rear wheel bearings. So back underneath rear brakes here, what we have to do, there is a 30mm nut right in the center of that. So we're gonna go ahead and knock the drum off, and then these are the rear struts that we got to work with here. Go up and bolt into the trunk there, and then they bolt just down here on the bottom. So shouldn't be too difficult. Everything should be pretty good, pretty easy. Hopefully these rear drums here come off pretty simple, but other than that, it should be pretty good. So we'll go ahead and get these drums knocked off here as best as we can, and then we'll go from there. All right, pretty good. So it's like a couple whacks of the hammer, they come right off. So this is the hub that we're going to be replacing here. We'll have to get this cap off here. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's so bad. Can't believe it. These probably need to be changed forever ago. All right, perfect. So if you see here, this is where we've got our axle nut here. So this is actually what maintains and holds this wheel bearing on here. But like I said, man, this thing is absolutely destroyed. So if you guys take a really close look, we'll see if I can get you in here. But if we take a really close look inside of here, see this, all this white kind of nasty crap? So that's actually the grease that's inside there. If you can hear it, listen. Oh, it's crazy how bad that is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that punched off. We're gonna try and do our best here to film this. Unfortunately, I am filming this all by myself, so we're gonna try our best to see if we can get this off and get it filmed at the same time. So I apologize if I don't catch everything for you guys, but at least we know exactly what we got going on here. So okay. All right. Sweet. Would you look at that? Wow. Would you guys look at that? This thing is trashed. It's crazy. Looks like the another part of our problem here is wow. Okay. Let's see if I can get you guys in here a little bit closer. It's like our adjuster spring right here, as well as our rear brake shoe holder. This is actually how you adjust the shoes in and out. The spring's supposed to hold tension on all that. Alrighty, so under further inspection, this little spring right here was snapped clean off, both sides. So go down to the hardware store real quick, have a brand new one. All the other brakes are okay, they're a little rusty, but this is just for quick selling project, so everything's pretty sturdy. Moved it all around, nothing's bound up. I'm going to clean some of the brake dust off of it, and then I'm going to go and put the new hub on real quick and move on to the other side. So sounds like a plan. Slides on just as easy as that. So we'll go ahead and get this tightened back up. Then look up the torque spec real quick online. But once we do that, we should be good to go. We'll go ahead and get this tightened down, put the drum back on, move off to the other side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the struts after I do both the wheel bearings. So just to kind of keep it in order, that way we don't screw anything up. All right, found the torque spec. pretty broad range. You say 133 to 188, so we're just gonna go kind of in the middle of 150. And call it a day. So there it is. That's the passenger side. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the driver's side here. Check that side, same thing. We found that rear spring for the brake shoes. It was snapped clean off, so we're gonna go ahead and replace that one as well. But same method here, guys. Same 30mm nut, pull it off, slide the new one on, and call it a day. So we'll jump back in. I'm gonna do the driver's side real quick, and then we're gonna jump back in. We're gonna get the rear struts on this thing and go take it for a test drive. So we'll see you then. Alrighty guys, there you go. You can see that got that on there real quick. So time to move on to the struts. Looks like these struts back here are completely smoked, man. I mean, you can see this boot is just torn up, just completely annihilated. So we'll go ahead and try to get this replaced as fast as we can. It doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. Looks like 2 nuts at the top. Up here, we got one here, one on the other side. Let's see if I can get you in here. We got one down there. So we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. I'll try to film as much as I can. It's a little tight today, so yeah. I'll see you guys here in a minute. All right. So we got the 2 capture nuts. Got one here, one here. I will say that when you guys are doing this, just be careful because they are capture studs. So that means that they're welded up on the top here. Potentially, if they are fighting you really bad, like they were for me, make sure you guys get some like PV blaster, something of that nature. Just be careful because if you snap those off, it can be a world nightmare for even a professional mechanic or something of that nature. You gotta weld new studs on there or cut them out and you know, put a bolt and a nut in there, which is okay as well. So just be careful. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out real quick and then we'll get the new one in. There she be. God, this thing's tore up, man. It's unbelievable how bad it is. I didn't realize how bad that was. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go grab the new one. Sitting over here in a nice, pretty box. Let's see here. Ooh, would you look at that? So pretty. Here. Get this thing put in there. Shouldn't really matter about size nearly as much as what people think because they're both exactly the same. The hubs are the same way. I really honestly wouldn't worry about it too much. If you are, it's fine. I don't think there's anything labeled on here, unfortunately, that says left or right. When I ordered these off Amazon, I got a set of them, 150 bucks. Wheel bearings, both sides, it's like $55 or something like that. It took a little bit for them to get shipped here, of course, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. So, yeah, that's what it is. This one thread, when it was on its way out, was definitely pretty gunky. So I took a quick wire brush to it. That way I didn't have any problems, you know, when I was going to put them back on. So that's the last thing that we need, is some type of headache. Say the way that the strut was, one side was kind of hanging down. Obviously there's a rubber bushing that was up here. I did switch the struts from what I thought. I didn't think they were side to side or anything, but one of them just had a gap down here in the bottom at this bottom nut. I didn't like that too much, so I did switch it out for the other one, and it did have it over here. But these are just, they're aftermarket stuff. They're not going to be perfect. I'm not worried about that. I did forget to tell you guys, so these are 14 millimeters up top here, and then the one down here on the bottom, this one here, is actually a 17 millimeter. Just so you guys know what you kind of need. Basic tools, honestly, pliers, breaker bar would be really nice. It helps a lot when you're doing this middle nut if you don't have an impact, you know, a pneumatic impact wrench or something. Pretty easy. A hammer, definitely, to get the drum off. I don't know if you guys are gonna run into issues with this, but that's where I use the pliers at. Lug nuts, 21 millimeter. And if you guys have electric impacts and stuff, it's pretty simple. But yeah, that's it. So that's rear struts as well as rear wheel bearings on a 2006 Nissan Sentra. Drum brakes in the rear. They are this is a 1.8 S. So really depends on, I don't think it's going to vary too much. Obviously the SCs and the SCRs and stuff like that are going to be different. But for as easy as that was, we got 150 bucks in parts. I'm going to definitely do a big wax and polish on this thing for when I'm trying to go sell it. So but yeah, once we sell this thing for my girl's little brother, then that's what we're going to use to get him a different car. This thing has been a great car. It lasted him a long time, but he's just tired of it and he's growing out of it a little bit. So we're gonna get him something different. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump on the other side. I'm gonna do the other strut on the other side. And then after that, we'll jump back on, get some final closure here, and I'll kind of walk around and show you everything. And then that'll be it. So like I said, rear wheel bearings and struts on the 2006 Nissan Sentra 1.8 S. If you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys. Hey, have a great day. This is Mr. Fix-It signing out.